see the light. Try, 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 let it ride. While you've been out running, I've been waiting half the night. Try, try, try to let it ride.
That is the classic song "Let It Ride" from the great Bachman-Turner Overdrive. And that was my request. Now the band is coming to Henderson for a big show, July 19th at Lee's Family Forum. We're very excited to get to chat live with Randy Bachman himself. Randy, how are you?
I'm very good. Nice to talk to you.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. You know, you have some really, I don't know why you even have to do what you do anymore, because just taking care of business with the commercials and everything, you probably do great with that song. And I love Let It Ride and all those. But I have to tell you, my favorite song that you wrote and performed wasn't with BTO, but it was with the Guess Who, and that is Undone, which I believe was a B-side.
Yeah, it was. It's one of those great things where they played Laughing, which was the A-side, and a guy in Boston flipped it over, and we had a double A-side, and so Undone was also a big hit. It was great.
Yeah, I love that story, and when I did go and see Burton Cummings a few times, they would tell that story. But as far as Bachman-Turner Overdrive, this is great. I'm glad you guys are touring, and you're going to go to a really nice venue in Henderson at the Lee's Family Forum.
Yeah, we're looking forward. Just got back from a trip in the Midwest, and it was great. America loves BTO. I'm so happy for that. Classic rock is back. Guitar playing is back, and people love rock and roll.
Oh, for sure. Definitely. And I mean, just, you know, we talked about taking care of business. You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet. Let It Ride. These are songs that the younger generation, they know.
Well, luckily enough, they've been in movies, and then there are all the video games and things like that. So it's fun to look out at an audience and see people from 10 to about 90 all singing the songs. It's something we never thought of when we were writing these many years ago.
You know, and I'm probably a good person to do this interview, because I kind of geek out. Like I will, like on a Saturday night before I go out, my game, what I do to step up the game is I go to YouTube and I put on old BTO or even Guess Who videos on YouTube of when you guys used to rock out to these huge music festivals in Canada. I mean, that must have been insane.
Well, it is amazing. For me, it doesn't matter if it's 20 people or 20,000 people. It's still a performance. And you could only see the first couple of rows anyway. So
right. You can't see too far back from up on the stage. So are you going to be doing all those classics, and do you have some new stuff?
We take everybody on a musical journey. I start with the story of being a teenager in the 60s in Winnipeg and growing up in Winnipeg, where the bands were the Guess Who, Burton Cummings and the Devrons, Neil Young and the Squires, Fred Turner and the Rockin' Devils. Here we are decades later, still rocking and rolling. I saw Neil Young 2 weeks ago in Toronto with Crazy Horse. He was great. Tal and I went to see the Stones a week later. They were great. Tal's in the band. He's got a big hit, She's So High. So we're doing stuff from the 90s, the 70s, the 60s. We're doing stuff from all decades.
You know, I got to ask you, one thing I thought was really interesting is your friend Burton Cummings, who, of course, you and him basically founded the Guess Who.
Yeah.
He actually gave up some of his royalty to keep what he considers a cover band from playing, which is kind of a gamble. I mean, he's money that would be in his pocket. That's how important he wanted to keep the original Guess Who from any other band playing that music. Did you have an opinion on that?
I did, and I joined Burton with that opinion, with that stance, because in a way it is fraudulent, because they were using the old records with Burton's voice. They're using videos of me and Burton on stage, and people were, because of people now communicate with us much better than the old days. They go to our website. It's interactive back and forth with website and Instagram and stuff. Right. We found out that this was going on and on and on.
Yeah.
And the fans were coming expecting us to be there. They're even holding up their own camera saying, these guys are on stage right now saying they're you, and they were sending it to us.
Right.
So that truly got Burton pretty much upset because it's his voice, and he and I wrote the songs, and
Sure.
so that's another story to be told at a different time.
All right. Well, Randy, I appreciate. Thanks for weighing in on that. You guys, we have a little time before we get before you come here. It's July 19th in Henderson. We'll see you when you get here.
Thank you. Looking forward to see everybody in that whole Vegas area. We're going to rock your world, and you're going to rock our world.
I love it. All right. Thanks, man.